edition releasing soon, hopefully on the Nintendo Switch, I wanted to kind of do new guides in order to, you know, help anybody that's going to be playing it for the first time on the Nintendo Switch. So what I basically did was started the game, and I'm just doing a two-handed sword type build, strength build, just because it applies to everybody that plays the game. You know, it's not some weird thing that people are going to be like, wait, how do I do this? Did a lot of Limgrave, and then did a lot of the Weeping Peninsula, and that's kind of where I'm at. It's basically just going around doing every single thing, especially guiding every single boss. So that's what we'll be doing today. This is my character. He is called Vangil, like Virgil, the guide in Dante's Inferno. I thought that was a little clever. And I guess Vana, too. Vangil, that sort of thing. Level 37, mainly just strength. Got the Leonine Misbegotten sword here, the Game of Thrones sword, which I've never really used before. It seems pretty good, because the weapon art literally just buffs all your stats. I was kind of surprised at how good that was. So yeah, we're basically just going to need to, like, look and find... I know there's some caves down here and stuff. Was there any other... I feel like there was maybe, like, some other piece on the map I wanted to explore. But it actually looks like we've gotten most of the stuff. I know there's at least a couple of catacombs. Without a doubt. So I'm going to have to pull up a Weeping Peninsula map here. Ba 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 ri da da do da 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 bo ba bi za bi ba bi ba ba ba. Are you jumping back into what? Back on the BO2 and BO train? Like Black Ops? Is that a thing? I am so out of the loop with that. No, but I definitely would. I mean, I loved Black Ops back in the day. Is there like a what do you call it? Is there like a, you know, like a, what do you call it? A freaking, why can't I think of words today? Is there a resurgence? There we go. Why I have problems eating food. 6'3" and 180. Yeah. You gotta get them calories, yeah. B-ball while your ankles and knees can take it. I'm jealous if yours don't hurt in your 30s. Yeah, that sucked because I did a lot of it before I moved at my gym that had a b-ball court. And now that there's, yeah, I haven't been able to do it at all. I don't know. If I can get back into, kickball, I'll be good with that. Yo, what's up, Odd Walla Man? I think I know who you are, but I don't want to put your business out there. But what up? Hope you've been well. Potent, yeah, that's definitely concentrated, I think is the word I was thinking of. Recently had a New Zealand style IPA that was very juicy and delicious. Also didn't give me the instant headache. Instant headache, I've never had that. I would love to try a New Zealand style. I haven't had that either. Bring out the Jaeger. I never drank a lot of Jaeger. It's got a very specific... It's one of those drinks that's just like made of sugar, and I don't like that. Good old streaming days. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I will say I think your mentality in all things has really grown. Happy to be here and that you're still at it. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think a big thing for me was just letting go of perfectionism. That in tandem with meditation. Perfectionism, which I think, you know, meditation kind of made me realize, oh, let go of the perfectionism so much. I think those two things in tandem basically really kind of mellowed me out, you know? Which helps, you know, all sorts of stuff. Your relationship with food and this and that and whatever. Okay. So, where do you see... is there... Weeping Peninsula interactive map. I feel like that should come up instantly. What the hell? All right, let's take a look. Man, freaking game8.co. Anyone use that website? I love that website. That website is very helpful. A lot more than other websites. All right, so I guess we'll just start tracking, like, sites of grace and anything that I'm missing here. What's that? Oh, Edgar. Yeah, the dude down here in Castle Morn. Did that already. What's this? Oh, a golden seed. I probably grabbed that. What's that? Oh. Interesting. I didn't realize there was a, there's a boss that I really suck at, and I didn't realize he's kind of like right here, but he probably only comes there at night. So I guess we'll just go ahead and start practicing that. Bum 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 boo doo 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 re da da da. Yo, thanks for the subscription, Alana Fowler. Just released a PS5 port yesterday, and it was blast. It's just a port with new servers. Oh, they shadow dropped it. Oh, wow. No, I did not even see that. This is not on the Switch. No, this is on the PS5. Oh, interesting. Lobbies were full and fun. Yeah, no, I did not. I'm surprised it didn't come up because I was at the gym today. Researching stuff. Been getting a lot into finance stuff. I won't bore you guys with all that crap. Learning a lot about the stock market, et cetera, et cetera. I'm in my 30s now, so, I got to be a boring old man and learn about finance. Isn't that fun? Anyways, I do a lot of research into that stuff each day. I go to the gym, and I'm surprised they didn't come up. I feel like that would have been recommended to me, like, telling me that just got announced. Okay, so I think a death bird appears here. But we gotta be at nighttime, which I totally forgot. Let's go back over here. I suck at the death bird fight. I'm gonna actually have to practice this. For the World Cup, I'm not sure if that's at me or at Spirit, but I am woefully... I can't talk about the World Cup. Football and soccer is just something that... I don't know. As I've gotten older, I've gotten sucked into all the things in life, like finance, that, I never would have cared about whatsoever when I was younger. Football and soccer, for whatever reason, still has never grabbed me. I know the World Cup is like, mega hyped right now, and everyone's talking about it. I could not tell you a single thing about it. So, America, they're still in, right? We sure got it. I can't wait for Mbappe to hit that goal. It's going to be stellar. It's just going to be great. I can already see it coming. Game 8 sponsorship going. I freaking love Game 8, man. They have so much info that is genuinely so helpful. I really do love that website. It's not like a BS website. There's so many BS websites these days that are not helpful in the slightest. Okay, Deathbird's already here, but we got these freaking bats. Okay, hi. All right, hold on. Let me get rid of these bats first. Hold on. You're going to die to this guy. You're trying to kill me. You're going to die to this guy. You don't even know. See, I told you. What did I tell you? Told you. All right. The death bird I suck at. So I'm going to have to practice him now. Now, we can lock onto his head or his body. Okay. So big ol' swipe. And then a poke. No, a super swipe. And then a slam. Okay. Probably want to look at his head and knock him down. He's got a bit of a peck there. Gotcha. Tragic. Yo, Joel Chrysler, thank you for the gifted flow state. 200 joules? Flow state? Is that like gifting somebody named Flow State that, or is that like a certain thing you triggered? Still kind of confused on the joules. I don't get the joules. But thank you very much for the joules. I sound like Tom Green. Okay, there it is. Now, I don't even want to hit him here because I'm kind of worried. Okay, please don't kill him. Good. All right, so yeah, we just want to do jumping attacks on the head, it would seem. Does the peck. I know he does a big grab, too. Okay, whoop, and whoop. A little poke at the end of that. Okay, what else you got? Show me what you have, Deathbird. Big swipe, slam. Okay. That's madness, right? So we just don't want to be close to that. Roll. And then a slam. I think that's the grab? No, that's the slam. I know he does some sort of grab. Oh, that's huge. Oh, no! Sacrificial axe. Ooh. I might have literally never even killed this guy. So I need to practice him until I'm good at him, and then I need to guide him. So I need them to basically not jump to their death. Yo, Arpiazzo, thank you for those 500 sun balloon jewels. Sun balloon. Thank you. I gotta like look at someone else's stream on YouTube and like see how that all works. Thank you guys very much for the jewels. Appreciate it. Bum, bum, bum. Said I had 200 jewels. Wait, do you get them just from watching the stream? That'd be kind of cool. What's up, Sparky? Welcome in. Yo, thank you. Odd Walla Man. What's up, Pestilent Fellow? America was shamefully ousted. We got whooped 3-1. Oof. What's up, Ray Ray? I would totally watch the World Cup. I just kind of, you know, have never done it, and then this year it kind of just came, and I was like, oh shit, that's right. Sacrificial Axe. Yo, Arpiazzo, thank you for the 500 watermelon jewels. I'm going off of just, like I said, I think these are just bits, but YouTube, so if that's the case, thank you guys very much. Cooling down for the summer with the, Yo, Ghost Ninja, thank you for the 30 jewels. Get down with the summer for these summer jewels. Drops now. Watermelon and sun. Flower, not so much. But yeah. Thank you guys very much. Yo, Roman with the silver star times 2 jewels. These look like mobile game alerts. Messi winning his maybe last cup and back to back would be sick. Steigl beer and elephant beer? It's about water purity where it's made. I wonder how that would affect the flavor. Well, thank you guys very much for the jewels. What does this do? Wild strike, swing armament with wild abandon. Hold to continue swing can be followed up with a normal strong attack. Ooh. I could use this. D-scaling. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I wanted to use like a cool weapon. Oh, it's like a tiny little axe. Why do they make the axes in this game so freaking small, man? Look, I'm wild swinging. Look at me go. This is lame as hell. Okay, I really expected a lot from that, and I was very disappointed. Let's go back to you. All right, well, the death bird just done killed himself. So I know where there's another death bird in Limgrave. Luckily, there's multiples of this guy. I think he's like, what, here? Yeah, I think so. That's why I hate the field bosses in Elden Ring. They just, you know, they get stuck on walls and all sorts of weird shit. Why do you think Bethesda showed up Elder Scrolls 6 and hasn't done a thing since? Because they wanted the free hype. I mean, I knew it at the time as well. You know, at the time, I knew that, oh, they're just pulling the cheap hype card by going, you know, 40 strength required to wield this. Holy crap. Hey, Elder Scrolls 6! And then, but to what end? It's like, who cares? It doesn't really matter. So yeah, it was weird. But I knew what they were doing at the time. I knew they were basically trying to just hype it up. I don't know. For that reason, I guess, just to literally get some free hype, I suppose. Yeah, didn't agree with it back then, although I was hyped because, you know, we didn't know if, like, that meant that it was around the corner or what. But obviously, here we are. Jules give out emojis? Give out some emojis. 1,000 free ones? Oh, okay. They expire? What the hell? Alright, so up here, there should be another death bird. I've honestly never watched soccer before this year, but I've been enjoying it. I'm sure I would enjoy it. I literally, you know, we were getting the TV set up and all that stuff, so it's like, we didn't really have time to really get super into it or anything like that. Wait, how did I not go here yet? Let me grab these golden runes. Give me these golden runes. Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys explode. I forgot about that. Huh. Yeah, I never used to bother with these little crypts, but you do get a nice chunk of little free level ups, so we might as well. This is definitely not where the death bird is, by the way. What's the jewels about? I got cut out. I think jewels are basically just on YouTube. So on Twitch, you could buy bits a long time ago, or they introduced bits a long time ago. You could basically buy them through Twitch, and then it's just a donation, but you're pretty much fronting the cost to the streamer. So the streamer gets the full amount of the donation, and you get like various, you know, awards or whatever, emotes for dropping the bits. And I think jewels are basically just the same thing. Excuse me? They're basically the same thing, but for YouTube, as far as I understand. Yo, turn it! What the hell is that? It's literally like a mobile game alert. It's like Yen scratching. What the hell? I gotta look into it. Thank you for the 800 jewels. See, there's some right there. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. DJ Cat, yeah. You gotta pay to get more jewels, so assuming it's like bits. Yeah, that's weird. So you get free ones. Huh. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I don't know if it's exactly like bits or whatever. But thank you guys. Is it down here? Where's the death bird? Where's that death bird? I need to find you, baby boy. I need to find you. There's the death bird. It's right about here. Shoot, I gotta check it because I don't even have an alert for these. Yo, Ghost Ninja, thank you for the 6 chili jewels. That's... Oh, wow, that's hot. Thanks so much for the chili jewels. Okay, it's like right here. Why did I not know that? I knew it was close. Yeah. Yo, thank you guys for the jewels. Okay, so yeah, we gotta practice the Deathbird, get good at them, and then guide them. I have not guided the Deathbird yet. These are kind of like, there's a million of them in this game, so it doesn't really matter, but I want to get at least one guided. Nobody knows. Ba, 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 doo, doo. Yeah, I tried reintroducing alcohol, basically, like 2 or 3 times at this point, and I've kind of not really enjoyed the calorie gain ultimately, but like I said, I drank some whiskey for this 4th of July, so I wanted to pretty much see if a Fiesta Fridays would be doable, or if I would gain weight from the calories, which I did not. So I said, you know what? Let's try it. So we'll see how it goes, and if it's a good thing or not. All right. So, a lot of slams. Wow, how did that hit me? I was so far away from that. Okay, slam. Jump over and slam. And slam. Little poke. We're going to run an R2. Yeah, definitely want to deal damage to his big old beak head. He's also got to grab somewhere. Okay, so stay away from that. Stay away from that. Jesus. Okay, that's the one that's kind of getting me. Ah! What happened to my physic? What the... Just drank the physic. It's supposed to heal me. Did we not rest at the thing? To recover it? How odd. Internet says creator gets $5 for 1,000 jewels given. Ah. I see. So it's basically at like half the rate of a Twitch jewel. Deathbird gonna give it to you. What? On your own. Deathbird delivered to you. Knock, knock. Open up the doors, man. Oh, I think Greyjoy's back there, by the way. Can you guys see him? Let's go to the big screen. Yeah, there's Greyjoy, folks. Look at him. He back there. You see him? He's right there. Be lurking once the World Cup kickoff starts at 8, but I love GV content and Elden Ring content. What's up, Kaylee? Enjoy the World Cup. Keeping a firm eye on you. I knew he would go wherever I put the bed. What's up? I am Michael. Delivered to you now. Opened up a door. Fair. How are they getting used to the new home? They got used to the new home really quick. Basically, they've been staying at my mom and stepdad's house until recently, because Cindy has been painting the whole house, so we didn't really want them getting into the paint supplies, because especially Yen will literally just eat anything plastic. It's really, really, really annoying, so plastic tarp and stuff like that. So we didn't want them to be here while she was painting, because we knew it was going to be kind of a pain. So anyways, yeah, we kept them over at my family's house until Wednesday night, and then we brought them over, and then they pretty much immediately acclimated. They still have their sense all weird, which has been a thing for like a long time now, where they'll just hiss at each other and get mad at each other for no reason, and they just switch every time we bring them into a new area, like moving, cross country and then staying at hotels and stuff, you know, each hotel they'd switch. One would be mad at the other, yada, yada. It makes no damn sense. Cats are just weird. So anyways, they were doing that the first night, but this house is much larger than the previous house, so they have a lot more room to, you know, hang out and do stuff. So, yeah, they got acclimated pretty well, I would say, ultimately. Hey, what's up, Death Harish? First playthrough, no. Sorry if you think that it's a first playthrough from the Twitch tags, but you're not on Twitch, no, so never mind. Yeah, Twitch tags that I haven't updated in 1,000 years. All right, let's actually practice. I don't know why I'm so bad at the Death Bird. Yo, thank you, Connor, for the 20 jewels. Oh, the jewels. My jewels. Okay, I gotta remember he double slams that. Yeah, this guy, I don't know why I'm so bad against this guy. He's like an early game boss that just wrecks me. Okay, so we can slam him in the back. Gonna do a swipe. Gonna do a poke. I'm getting hit by every single thing. Let's use that. Okay, a little bit of a poke. A little bit of a swipe. Freaking hate the field bosses in Elden Ring 2 because they're just constantly battling the environment. You can't just have a one-on-one, you know. You can't just have a freaking duel, honorable duel. Okay, now we got this guy doing stuff. Which I think they will hit each other. Yeah, he's just so agile. He's like a boss that not only is super aggressive, but also really hard to hit. One of my least favorite combos. Now the goats are fighting me, and the giant's fighting me. Okay. Okay, roll into that. Jumping R2. Very delayed swing. Very chaotic here. Can't even really... There's just like nowhere to go. There's freaking bats over there. Goats. A giant. Alright, come over here, Deathbird. Come over here, Deathbird. Yeah, I forgot that the giants will literally shoot that giant sonic wave at you, too. It's so annoying. They're, like, far away. Okay, I need to be able to practice you, man. Okay. Okay, so that's Curse. That's right. Curse, not Madness. So yeah, pretty much the strategy here is just to be as aggressive as possible and load him up with jumping R2s, because the longer that this fight stays... I literally ran into the goat there, by the way. How many goats does this bird have to kill before they leave me alone? So I guess just stay under him is the play here. Whoa! Yeah, there's the, that's the grab. That just kills you. Can't even do much there. Holy shit. Do you have any of those pheromone plugins to help keep them both calm? I don't really like those products, to be honest with you. I feel like they never really did anything. You know, thanks, Connor, for the GG jewels. The GG jewels. The GG jewels. I feel like those pheromone plugins never really did anything. I feel like a lot of those types of products for cats specifically are kind of scams. They might work depending on your cat setup, but we bought so much of that type of stuff, and I swear, they never did a thing. Like, ever. So, yeah, no, we're not buying that. We've tried everything. They just, I don't know. It's weird. Once we introduced her cat, and then it kind of, like, mixed up all the scents... I don't think they will ever completely get along. Now, sometimes they do. Like, sometimes they can stand each other, but it's kind of rare. It's so weird. 6th playthrough. I want to give jewels, but it's giving me an error message. No, not the error jewels. Yeah, sorry, y'all. I don't know anything about the jewels. I guess they're just bits, but, like, half in value. Wish I could... I don't think I've ever watched a single YouTube live stream. I guess that's not true. I've watched some, but usually like when they're already recorded, depending on the creator. Yo, what's up, Dark Autumn? All right, let's focus because I kind of hate this boss. So, Deathbird, come down. Seriously, just get away. You're going to die, and it's not even going to be from me. This Deathbird will kill you, and yet you fight me. See, what did I tell you? And what just happened? You could have just listened to me, couldn't you? All right, so let's try staying under the Deathbird. That seems to be the way to go. I hate this thing, man. He's just got like so many attacks. Okay, he's got a peck. Just flat out complete whiff. All right, so I'm going to go for his head. That's going to be the strategy I'm going to lock in. Does a horizontal swipe, horizontal swipe. Now there's bats here. Okay, big jump and slam. That's easy enough. Big hit on his head there, so I'm going to back up. And then he does like a slam, right? Little poke. Going to run up after the poke. Jumping R2. Got him. So one more jumping R2 will probably trigger. Don't even know what hit me there. I think it was the dumbass bat. Somehow we whiff. All right. Run up. Jumping R2. Good hit there, but still standing. Big slam at the end there. Jumping R2. How is he not staggered? Actually, how? Hit him with like 4 jumping R2s. Still standing. Ridiculous. That bird boss is one of my most unsettling to look at in Elden Ring. I love all the decrepit, weird-looking stuff. I just hate this boss, like, fighting him, because I never, ever got good at him. This is... You're seeing in front of your eyes me finally getting good at this boss. Just because he's the type that you don't really need to. You can kind of just, you know, doesn't have that much HP. You can kind of just whack away at him until he's dead. You don't have to use strategy. However, with this round of guides, I'm wanting to learn everything actually until I truly feel confident. And then, you know, talk about the mechanics and all that. But, yeah, the one I'm thinking of is that giant space bug, which I love. I love the design of that guy so much. I'm forgetting what he's called. At the end of that, like, side quest or whatever, I think it involves Randy's quest line, that giant astral space bug. So cool. Fair enough, we find they're useful for our cats. Cats are just so bizarre, and, like, it's dependent so much on the cat. I could totally see them working. It just it feels like it didn't do anything for our cats, you know? So I don't know. Because we got them the collars, too. Like, we got them all sorts of stuff. And nothing just seemed to work. Cindy says that some of it worked, like, somewhat, but I don't know. It just didn't really feel like they were that effective a lot of the time. Okay, so now he's running over this way. He's got heavy stagger damage now. If I could just trigger the stagger once. Man, oh man, I hate this boss. Death Bird. All right. Let's heal back up. We don't want to drag him into the giants. That's a good tip there. Hi, yeah, you piece of shit. He just moves so... It's one of those bosses that, like, is so aggressive, but also is just always moving, so it's so hard to, like, land an attack on him. Okay, big slam. Big R2. Gonna try getting close to him here. Gonna slam down. We can just be behind him and avoid it. Big hit on his head. Okay, I can probably trigger it here. Nope. Okay, and then slam down. We want to roll into him. That's a good tip there. Another big hit on his head. Little poke. Little poke. And he slams it afterwards. Okay, rolled right into that one. Jumping R2. Okay, there's the stagger. So I could probably kill him here. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait for him to get back up. Jumping R2 again. Yeah, just stay under him when he's going crazy, and then you just got to watch when he does that. Jump back and grab. Okay. Just make sure not to kill him here. He's going to slam that, right? No, he doesn't slam it. Okay, let's heal. Now let's practice him with rolling for a bit. Do something! What the hell? Okay, don't stand close to that, because then we get cursed. Roll backwards, then a slam, yep. Okay, roll. And he slams that too, doesn't he? Sometimes he does, I swear. Poke. Jump over to the side. We can get under him here to be safe. Okay, big old slam. Don't even know what's happening with the camera right now. Wouldn't be surprised at all if he landed that in the ground and it exploded and then killed me in the air. Okay, so I want to see him do that grab because he, like, shrieks roll and then roll backwards. Okay, shit. I just realized the giant can kill him here, so I want to die intentionally. And I do not want to get cursed, though. Okay, good. All right, we can probably do it now. I honestly hate this boss. It's just one that like feels so chaotic. It's hard to like completely get down because there's so many things that can happen, especially with like all the environmental stuff. If you were to place one higher than the other in difficulty, would you say Dark Souls 1 or Skyrim Legendary? Both are my favorite playthroughs of yours. Absolutely Skyrim Legendary. Skyrim Legendary is not fair to you, right? Skyrim Legendary is specifically like turning up all of the, you know, you're taking more damage, you're dealing less damage, etc. It's moving the sliders in a way that's not fair, whereas Dark Souls 1, if you get good at the mechanics and all that, you know, it's not that bad. It's if you kind of understand it after playing it for a bit, you can kind of get how Dark Souls 1 operates. Whereas Skyrim, you kind of have to know what to go for. It's not even really about skill. You could just get sniped by an arrow or anything like that. So yeah, I would say Skyrim Legendary with the heavy caveat that like I don't really find it fair in the slightest. Yeah, Estelle, that guy. I love that guy. This is New Game, not New Game Plus. I am my chat? I am my chat. What the hell? Oh, I am my chat. Why am I seeing that highlighted? That's weird. DS1 mechanics for years. Well, if you got any specific questions, I know that game in and out like the back of me hand. I'm still standing. Michael, yeah, but I saw the tag where it's all in... Like, I thought it was saying I am my chat because I see the tag, so I thought YouTube was trying to tell me. I can't even describe what I'm saying here. Point is, I didn't think it was related to you until I reread it because it was all lowercase. I do not like salmon, no. I don't like any fish, unfortunately. All right, let's give guiding this a shot. I got to remember how to do this, so I'm going to pause alerts. Yeah. Let's pause alerts, then I'm going to restart this, click. Then I'm going to hit start recording, which should do a local recording in addition to the stream. 1, 2, 3, clap. Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to GV Guides. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the Deathbird guide for Elden Ring. This guy is in a lot of different areas, and actually, you might get lucky, and he might just kill himself, which happened to me in the Weeping Peninsula area, where the Deathbird appears. Also, this is a Nightfall enemy, so you have to wait until it is nighttime to fight him. Now, there's one at Limgrave right here where my runes are. Yeah, I got a comment that was like, why do you say certain things are easy if there are runes? I guess a lot of people don't realize what I do is I practice the bosses till I'm confident at them, and then I intentionally die so that I can like reload the area and then, you know, do a live guide as I'm fighting against the thing. It's not just because I'm getting obliterated. A lot of the time it is that I'm getting obliterated until, you know, I get confident at it. Anyways, that's why the runes are there, because, yeah, I'm usually just practicing the fight. But yeah, so the Deathbird appears at night, so go to any site of grace and then rest until night. And then, yeah, this enemy is so annoying. He's hyper aggressive. He'll jump and fly all over the place, which is why the last one down here in the Weeping Peninsula right about here, this one killed himself. He jumped over the edge of the cliff and died. So don't like this boss at all. It's kind of like the Flying Dragon Agiel here. Just hate him. But yeah, a good tip is to kind of stay under him, but also go for his big white head. If you can land enough jumping R2s, he'll get staggered. You can deal stagger damage. He doesn't have the most HP, so you can bully him a bit. Basically just does a ton of unpredictable slams with his weapon. The other thing is he's fighting you where there's so many enemies here. Giants to the right, bats straight on forward, and then rams that will attack you too. So it's really annoying because you're kind of fighting the environment and the Deathbird and the giants, you know, and all the other stuff. So all that being said, let's give him a shot. Here we go. All right, so as you get to this little, like, fallen pillar here, he will basically slam down. It should be, like, right here. Yep, there he is. Now, we're going to try to basically just do jumping R2 that you can see right there. Why I hate this boss, because it is so hard to land an attack, but yet it's so easy for him to hit you. I whiffed both of those hits there as this ram is trying to hit me, by the way. And yeah, it just gets so awkward. For some reason, my targeting switched over to the giant and not to the death bird when I was falling there to do a plunging attack. So we're going to try to get away here because things are already out of hand, which welcome to this particular fight. Now the giants are going to be fighting us in addition to the rams, in addition to the death bird. Now here's one big tip. The death bird will hit the giants and vice versa, meaning you can kind of make use of them fighting together. So just keep that in mind. Oh, that's a tragic whiff. That would have been amazing. Keep that in mind, is that as you can see here, the giant is hitting the death bird, and the death bird will also hit the giant. So you can utilize them to your benefit. I didn't want that to happen, but that's the situation we're in. So now we kind of have to choose if maybe we can try to de-aggro the giant, also the rams, and also the bats. The rams a lot of the time will die in one hit from something else, either the giants or the death bird. But yeah, the giant kind of makes this really annoying, obviously. So I kind of need him to chill out here, if he would. And like I said, you're also fighting the terrain too. Just such a hectic, chaotic, really annoying fight. Not a big fan of the field bosses in Elden Ring. That somehow hit me. Okay. So let's try to drag the death bird over here as the giant's coming over to me. So yeah, the main strategy that I'm trying to do here is I am trying to go for his head. If you deal enough jump R2s to his head, he'll stagger eventually. You can deal some big damage while also staying under him. It's really difficult though, because he is always moving and he jerks around like crazy. Now he's dealing a lot of damage to the giant there, which is good for us. So I'm looking for my opportunity to do a running, jumping R2. And hopefully he gets this giant killed here. I'm going to try to help him out, actually. So let's do a jumping R2 on the giant. And the death bird is one hit away. Oh, my God. Okay, and then he's going to slam down. So we're going to back up. Just absolutely insane. So I'm going to try to show you what he can do. He'll do a big giant slam just like that. Just roll at the last second. And then quite a lot of swipes when you're just at swipe length. Swipes length, he'll also do a little jab at you too sometimes. So just keep rolling back. Being directly under him is really good, but sometimes he will hit you with a curse AoE, where if you stay into that stuff for too long, you'll get cursed. You really do not want that to happen. Also, he will peck downwards as well. So you got to be careful for that. Sometimes he'll also scream and then jump back and then grab you. Incredibly difficult to dodge because it comes out so quick. But yeah, like I said, my strategy is pretty much to wait for him to be done with an attack and then do constant jumping R2s on his head until he staggers, and then deal the stagger damage, rinse and repeat. So again, big slam down attacks. You should be used to that, hopefully, by now, unless this is one of your first bosses. There's the peck attack, so he tries to punish you for being directly under him. And I'm trying to show you the grab that he does. We're going to roll into that, and a lot of the time he'll do an after shock effect too. So you have to be careful. There's the grab right there. Okay, see, that comes out so quick, but you can roll it, as you just saw there. He'll usually do 2 waves of that curse AoE. And a lot of the time, he'll kind of slam into the ground and then do a separate aftershock as well. So I wasn't really able to show you too much like what my offensive strategy was, just because he got whittled down by that stupid-ass giant. But like I said, I'm kind of waiting for him to finish his animations and then doing a jumping attack on his head, rinse and repeat until he goes down, which he will go down because you'll deal lots of stagger damage. And then deal the stagger damage, and as he's getting out of that animation, charge up another R2 too, because you can just get a whole bunch of free damage. And yeah, staying directly under him is a good place to be. However, he will eventually punish you for it with either the curse AoE or the peck down, or he'll jump backwards and then run and grab you too. So you really got to be careful. Hate this boss. So aggressive, so annoying, and you have to fight him at night, so all this crap is here too. But that is the death bird. Hope this guide helps. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Okay, well, yeah, that went completely off the rails, but what else is new? Jesus Christ. Stupid field bosses, man. Agil getting caught up in the cliffs. The other death bird just, like, jumping to his death. Just so annoying. I wouldn't mind them if it was, like, you know, an actual one-on-one fight. But, yeah, just crazy. All right, let me make a folder for these guides. Okay. But yeah, that went all right. I didn't want the stupid giant to deal all the damage, but hey, what you gonna do? Hey, you, what you gonna do? Hey, hey, you, what you gonna do? Hey, hey, you, what you gonna do? Yeah, the sword is from Castle Morn, the Leonine Misbegotten boss at the bottom of the Weeping Peninsula. You had an expensive, high-quality seafood meal. Would you change your mind? You probably never even tried it in years. I don't think so. Before I met Cindy, I was on a date with somebody, and they were like, I've had so many people tell me, hey, Austin, let me cook for you seafood. You'll love it. Or let's go to this beautiful sushi restaurant or beautiful, delicious seafood restaurant. You're going to love it because it's actually good. Never matters. It's always disgusting. I hate the taste of seafood. Hate the taste of seaweed is an egregious offender. Disgusting. Hate it so much. So no, I would try it, but it's never worked out. I've had people say they're going to cook me this. I've had people say they're going to take me to this nice restaurant. Never ever works. I cannot literally stomach it. It tastes so bad to me. I am not somebody that was meant to enjoy the taste of the sea, unfortunately. But I always try to keep an open mind. I mean, you know, maybe there's one day where I can appreciate something, but most of the time, no. Why did I put this down here? Just to show that that was there, I think. Open up to sushi. I've tried it. Doesn't work. Expensive as hell, but almost worth it. I like that you said almost worth it. Spicy tuna roll. I've had tuna. We have a mod on this channel that they invited Cindy and I to go to like a family gathering, and they made like tuna. And I could tell you it was good. It was like, I don't even know what it was. It was like fresh tuna, I think marinated in something. And I could tell if you like tuna, you probably loved it. But I had to eat that and go, that was really good. Knowing I was lying through my teeth because I didn't want to offend anybody, but I hated it. It was so disgusting. So I can't do it. I would love to, but I can't do it. Nope. Yeah, I hate field bosses. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. That was a field boss because you fight it in the field. You know, that here, the tree sentinel, anything that basically that can get stuck on the environment or also involve extra enemies around you, I just hate. Or anything that even like kills itself, because then it robs you of the, you know, satisfaction of killing it. Just annoying as hell. So it is what it is. They're a part of the game. That you don't like it, full stop. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I'll always keep an open mind. I'll try something that I haven't tried before. But like I've tried takoyaki, fried octopus balls, and I want to like that so bad, but I just can't. I have not tried crab. I would try crab. I have not tried it. I think there is definitely a mental block, so I don't expect to like any of it. But I would try it. I'm trying not to be, you know, the closed-minded guy and be like, yeah, I don't ever want to try any of it. I don't want to be like that. But, yeah. What does it say? Caillou? What? Oh, this thing. Yeah, I've discovered that. Oh, there's 2 sites of grace here. That's interesting. Okay, we did that. We did that. There's a boss up here. What is that? Erd Tree Burial Watchdog? Another one? Oh, yeah, because there's a catacomb over here. Impaler's Catacomb. Man, I forgot about that. So we might have already... If it's a boss that's like relatively the exact same thing that I've already fought, I'm not going to guide it. So we've already done a Burial Tree, whatever it's called, Erd Tree Burial Watchdog. We've already done that. I'm still standing. Combo 2-star for... What the hell? Oh my god, I just looked at all those jewel activities. Holy shit. It was like, it completely took up my screen. All right. So, let's see if we can level up. We might be able to here. Level up. Let's get some vigor. That'd be good. And let's go do this catacomb. If it's the same boss I've already done, we're not going to guide it, but I do want to do it. At the very least. Fish tacos. Oh, I've said this before. The one fish thing I might actually like is... fish and chips, which I still have not had it. It's kind of thing where, like, you know, even if we go to a really great fish and chips restaurant, it's like I'd rather have something I know I'm going to enjoy as opposed to just, oh, now's a good chance to try fish and chips and ruin the chance at eating something I'll actually like. However, I will say, fish and chips might be the one thing that I could eat that is fish that I might like. Because I like the idea of malt vinegar, too, which I know that you put on that, and then, like, you know, chips, fries, obviously. So if I go to a really, really, really good fish and chips place or a really good place that has fish and chips, that could be, it could be something that I might like. But would eat pork? Because pork's delicious. I love pork when cooked correctly. Also bacon. Oh my god. Who even has to say anything about bacon? Yeah, the bosses in Elden Ring are quite aggressive compared to other Souls bosses. And I think that's just because, obviously, people, you know, over time get good and good and good at Bloodborne even, which is hard, and Sekiro and all that. And so then FromSoft has to keep kind of, like, one-upping themselves with the difficulty, which makes sense. I remember the first time I played Elden Ring, I was definitely getting really salty just because a lot of the enemies and bosses will kind of go like, and then you go, oh, okay, I know to roll here because I've played, you know, these games before. And then you'll roll, and then they trick you because their animations are even longer than you would expect. Which I kind of like. I kind of like that they designed it like that. It makes sense, you know. Crabs are the roaches of the sea. All seafood, pretty much water bugs. Hey, you're not going to get much disagreement from me. Tastes like nothing and takes on the flavor of the seasoning. Yeah, I think the mental block would still be there. I think I would sit down to a beautiful crab dish. Everything would be there for me to enjoy it, especially a big thing of melted butter, and I just probably would still not be able to, even if my, like, taste buds said, yes, 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 my brain would still say, no, no, no. And unfortunately, that's where it stands. Seafood is the most fresh food in the world. I guess it depends on if you're in a landlocked state or not, right? Colorado probably didn't have that much fresh seafood, but North Carolina borders the sea, so maybe just a little bit better. Hi-ya! Freaking hate these guys. Let's be careful. These guys can just destroy you in 2 seconds. Are you really living with 1 HP? Are you really living with 1 HP? Little punk. Okay, where are you at? Let me just hit you with an R2. Look at his 1 HP. Look at this. Look at his. Look, you can't even see his health bar. So I'm gonna belittle him by punching him with my fists, because that's some bullshit. Let's put this back. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, if you don't know in Elden Ring, there are catacombs, basically kind of like mini dungeons. They all look like this. And there's usually like some sort of puzzle to figure out to open up the door to the boss. There's always a boss. So, yeah, a lot of the time there's these little shithead imps that will deal a lot of damage to you and very quickly. So you gotta be very, very careful because they're kind of like on the walls. They'll just appear a lot of the time. Very, very dangerous. What channel do the guides go on? The channel is called the GV Stream Archive and Guides. It was formerly the GV Stream Archive. Now it is the GV Stream Archive and Guides. Any guided content will be put onto that channel. We just had too many channels with kind of too much overlap, you know, so I decided to combine those. Oh, okay. Nope. Thank you, though. So, yeah, currently my channels are Grohlvana. This is where you're watching on YouTube, or Grohlvana Twitch or TikTok or wherever. And then, yeah, the GV Stream Archive and Guides, where I will upload edited archive streams like this one, and also any guides will go there. And then... Is this a thing? Oh, it does go up. Oh, are you supposed to fall down? I literally don't remember. And then there's the Patreon channel. I mean, it definitely looks like what it is. It goes up for like a second. Are you supposed to drop down when it does that? Yeah, there's the Patreon channel as well. It is $1 to get, and currently we are doing a Claire Obscure Expedition 33 playthrough, and people have been loving it! So if you go to patreon.com/Grohlvana and sign up for $1, you can cancel right after if you so wish, but that will give you that channel, which is currently Claire Obscure Expedition 33 and Baldur's Gate 3. Fish fried in the beer batter? Now that sounds delicious. And the thing is, like, I know it's white fish, which is kind of like, it's like not offensive, right? It's kind of like a very neutral tasting fish as far as I understand. Why does that have the thing? Are you just supposed to fall underneath it? Oh, maybe you go... Oh, I see what you do, I think. Okay, hold on. Yeah, because it's like too quick. So what if I go onto this and then I walk over here? Can I run under it? Well, you could definitely drop down there. I guess that's what we're supposed to do, huh? Whee! I'm still standing. What's up, Desu? Welcome in. Hello, hello. Hope you've been well. Pork has the most chance of parasites, especially Trichinella spiralis, and also the easiest meat to spread across contamination, which is why it's preferred to not wash pork before you eat. My worst enemy in Elden Ring is gravity. Hey, likewise. Well, I can tell you, I've eaten a whole lot of pork, and I've never, to my understanding, ever had any issues whatsoever. I mean, obviously, if you take... I guess you're saying if you buy stuff from the store, it can still be bad or whatever. But I've eaten a hell of a lot of bacon. I don't eat a lot of pork. You know, I've had pork loin. I've had certain pork dishes, pork schnitzel, stuff like that. I guess all schnitzel is pork, right? I didn't realize that. Germans eat a lot of pork. Never had any issues. Never got sick from no meat. At least as far as I know. Maybe I could have and I just didn't realize it. I don't know. Part 5 of Expedition 33. Hell yeah. It's been so much fun. Very easy game to tell that I'm going to love it. Very easy game. But I already knew that anyways. I could just tell from everything that I've heard about it. And I think that's every channel. Am I forgetting it? There is one channel that I was kind of uploading to, but I'm going to basically scrap everything I was doing there. A lot of Pokemon stuff, a lot of Nuzlocke stuff, which will be really fun to upload to like the main channel or the Patreon channel. Yeah, I have a different experimental idea in mind. If it ever becomes something, I'll definitely let people know about it. Right now, any extra time that I have is going to voice acting, so we're not really doing anything with that channel right at the moment. But if anything does happen with it, I'll let you guys know about it. I just, right now, basically doing those 3 YouTube channels, and that's it, pretty much. Was gonna do a 4th, but I just don't have time. Gravity do be a bitch. We are drinking Noda Brewing Company's Lil Slurp. And it's pretty good. It's a juicy IPA, and it definitely is juicy. It's got a very full-bodied taste to it. One thing I cannot stand is beer that does not taste full-bodied. Weak beer. Schnitzel could be beef too. All it means is a relatively thin slice of meat. That's what I figured. We were at a German restaurant recently and like everything seemed to be made of pork. So I was like, oh, is that like a thing? I didn't realize Germans eat a lot of pork. At least that restaurant, a lot of the options seem to be specifically pork. Trying to listen. I heard some bang, but I think it was just this game's music. All right, so we got a boss here. I think it's going to be a different variant of the Erd Tree Burial Watchdog. I'm not going to care about him too much. Unless he's got... Oh, he's got little imps. Erd Tree Burial Watchdog, but is it the same exact boss otherwise? Hold on. Just wait. It's not fair. It's not fair when you team up on me like this. I'm gonna buff myself. Yeah, I didn't realize how good the sword was. I always saw it, but I never used it. I didn't realize the weapon art is literally just like an all stats up. Pretty nice. Okay, so yeah, it's like the same boss. It just has imp ads, so I'm not gonna guide it. I don't want to do too much overlap. I do have an obsessive thing about guiding every single boss, but this one obviously doesn't matter that much. Yep. Hiya. Yep. Jumping R2. And the stagger. That's what you get, bad kitty. Yeah. Die to my blade. Demi-human ashes. Okay. Sometimes you gotta check near the roots here to see if there's any, like, treasure chests or anything like that. Sometimes there's hidden stuff. Summer is killing me. Working outside in heat has been miserable. Yeah, man, I've been, like, sapped. I'm surprised I have this much energy right now because I have been sapped of my energy every day. It's North Carolina. It's hot as hell. And I've been working out, not in the heat, but like working out, and then on top of that, like mowing the lawn. And that, I've noticed, has made me sleep like shit sometimes. That's not really why I'm sleeping like shit, but in addition to that, I'm sleeping like shit lately. And also, it's that sort of thing where you can just feel it when you're in the sun for too long, and then you can feel your like energy being sapped, like drained away. So I've been feeling that. I can't believe I have energy today because I was feeling like that all day until I got back home and ate. Okay, so that's done. Now what? We got both of those. Bridge o' Sacrifice. Looks like there's a cave. Yeah, there's like a cave right about here. Let's go check that out. Ba 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 ba. The Weeping Peninsula. Okay, let's go to simplified view. I'm going to use all these. All of them. Colossal swords are so much fun in Elden Ring. They're definitely my favorite weapon type. I just really wish I didn't... I wanted to use something a little more interesting because I definitely used a lot of these in my other playthroughs on and off streaming. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely the thing that I gravitate towards. I just wanted to use like a standard weapon that would appeal to, you know, most viewers of the guides, just because obviously a lot of people are going to be using something relatively normal compared to some very weird out there weapon. Also, I forgot I got a lantern. Where's the lantern at? Yaha. We could pop that, and that will give us some light. So hot and sticky in the UK. I never realized the UK was humid, but it makes sense because, yeah, the London fog and all that. And all the overcast weather. One of my favorite swords, gives you +5 to all stats. I know, I never realized how good the weapon art was. And it's like instant too. So I might switch it because I don't want to seem too strong in these guides. But yes, I'm pleasantly surprised with how good this sword seems to be. Okay, is the cave down here? I bet it's down here. Secret cave? Haha! You cannot hide from me, cave. Earth Ball Cave. The cave in which the earth was born. GV drinking on a Friday, truly living my dream life. Well, I figured we'd give it a shot, and if it was a bad idea, then we'll learn from that and we'll move on, but I figured we'd at least try it out. Like we used to do back in the day. A damage boost to each enemy you kill? Is that a thing? What are you guys doing to mainly finance yourselves, may I ask? I don't know if you're asking the chat or if you're asking, like, me. It's a mix of stuff. Got heavy into finance, so basically stock market type things, learning a lot and kind of, you know, playing the stock market and doing various things like that. And then YouTube and streaming still, and then voice acting. That's kind of the triplicate of what I do these days. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom and grab another beer. I will be back, folks. Thanks so much for watching. All right, let's catch up with the chat. Hello, chat. Chatteraya. Heat wave currently, clear skies and 30 Celsius temps. That's very hot for us. Yeah, I've heard about, especially the UK. I know it's very bad over there. I wasn't sure if that was still going on, but I definitely have heard about how bad it's gotten. Didn't even know you moved to North Carolina. Yep, we moved to be closer to family and in order to start a family. It's just so much nicer having family around. We didn't really have any family in Colorado, as much as we love Colorado. Good ear, Kez. Stocks and stuff now. Yeah, a bit. I'm learning a lot. Basically just learning how it all works and investing in certain things and whatever. Yeah, I don't know why. It's not something I was ever really interested in, but I've taken to it like a fish to water. Just kind of like researching stuff all the time. It's interesting, right? Like you have all these different stock tickers and like each one has its own story and blah, blah, blah. I know finance bros are a thing, so I don't want to like talk like that. But it's just been an interesting, yeah, it's interesting to learn about. And then obviously, you know, if you're smart about it, it can help you out. 92 to 95. Oh my God. We're kind of close to that. Not exactly there, but somewhat. Stone Cold GV Austin. Yep, when I was a kid in the 90s, that was a big thing. People mentioning Stone Cold. Fight Millennia with Star Scourge. Radahn's Greatsword's my favorite weapon in the game. And actually what I fought Millennia with the first time we beat her on that 10-hour stream. That was a crazy stream. Best of luck. Well, I'm hoping a cold rest of the day for you, Kez, which is probably not going to happen, but maybe. GV, tell us about the story when your old roommate shit on your bathroom counter. Yeah, basically I was living with... So I drove up from Florida to Colorado with my friend at the time. We were rooming together. And then my third friend said, hey, I just got kicked out of my house. I said, okay, hey, why not come live with us? Which in retrospect was dumb because we were probably not all going to get along. But, you know, you're in your late teens, early 20s. You're in your early 20s. You want to party, stuff like that. So he drove up. We all lived together. Didn't really work out between them two. They got in a lot of fights. The friend I drove up with eventually moved out, and then that friend moved in. That was a whole nother story. And then me and this guy, and to be honest, I was definitely too anal, and I was like too controlling about stuff. Absolutely. Like I definitely played my part. I wasn't a saint or anything like that. But he was also kind of dirty, and you don't want to be dirty. You don't want to live in a dirty house. So yeah, I was definitely like anal and controlling about it. But at the same time, like I wanted the house to, you know, the apartment to be presentable, even though it was a shithole apartment. Anyways, so tensions grew between me and him, and they just kept growing and growing and growing to eventually where I think I was moving out to my second apartment, and he was trying to make that process difficult out of spite. So he like I don't even know what he did. He shat, and then he like used toilet paper. It wasn't like a huge mess or anything. It was just kind of gross because he just like, I don't know, wiped and then took some of it and just spread it around the toilet. It wasn't even like, it almost was like an after the fact thing. It was very odd. It wasn't like a premeditated thing. He just basically like wiped his ass and then, I don't know, shredded pieces of it. It wasn't even like that huge of a mess or anything. It was just, like I said, kind of more odd than anything. And so I took a picture of it for like legal reasons to be like, hey, my roommate's doing weird shit. And I don't think I ever had to use those pictures, but yeah, eventually I moved out. It was just an odd ending, you know, pretty much. But that was 1,000 years ago now. What gigs have you done? I don't really talk about... I hate answering this just because I know it's annoying, but I don't really talk about any of the voice acting stuff just because I want to keep it over here and not attached to the YouTube stuff at all. Just basically, at this point, any type of gig you can think of, I've probably at least done some level of it. I'm not talking about like I'm some big, major, famous guy or anything. I just mean like any type of project I have probably worked on and been paid for that. But nothing like insanely big or anything like that. Just like, you know, a lot of small to medium level gigs. Weather we're getting right now kind of perfect. I know where you're at. I don't know what the weather is like over there though. We were in the Springs in Colorado. What's up, Sarah Ash? This poop story, yeah. Oscar Austin? Oscar Austin. That's an interesting name. He made life shitty. Just a bit. Or shit-fetty. Yeah, it was weird. To me, it was just like, if you're gonna do that sort of thing, like, go all the way, obviously, right? Like, drop a shit on the counter or something, you know? That makes a little more sense in terms of trying to be weird or whatever, but... yeah, it was just like little shitty pieces of toilet paper. I don't even remember. It was just odd. Yeah, I mean, it was not good. It's the type of thing you always hear about this, where it's like, don't ever room with like your family or friends or anything, because you won't be by the end of the process, unless you just really are good at getting along. And I totally agree with that. It's like very few people can live together successfully. You know, in a roommate situation or like friends or whatever, it's difficult. And like, that's exactly what happened. We were all friends at the start of it. And then over time, for whatever reasons, you know, just became not friends anymore. That's about to break. I can see it. I can see where it is. Oh, I definitely remember this boss too. This boss is a giant pain in the ass. You're gonna make me... yeah, I was gonna say, I should be able to loot it. Pickle the turtleneck! This is gonna break. Whoop! I know you're gonna break, so just break. Whoop! See? I knew it. You're not going to trick me. We bought him a bong? Oh my god. Oh yeah, I gotta remember that. Yeah, this was way back in the day. Early days of Twitch streaming. Would stream in that apartment. And yeah, we did. In retrospect, I'm like, I can't even believe some of the stuff I did. Because like, I did like a drug addict playthrough of Fallout 3, and then my roommates were both like heavy into weed at the time, so I said, you know, oh Matt, you gotta stream with me because I'm playing a drug addict in Fallout, and you smoke a lot of weed, so it'll be funny to have like a drug related, you know, stream. And then just in retrospect, I'm like, that's such a mean thing to do. It wasn't intentionally mean, but I was, you know, insensitive, I guess. Very bizarre. But anyway, yeah, there was a lot of weird, you know, streams like that during those days. I remember we did a lot of Fallout, a lot of Elder Scrolls mods. There were some really good ones, I remember, around that time. It was like Wasteland Wednesdays and Elder Scrolls something Mondays. Mystic Mondays? That must have been what it was. Yeah! Bastard rat! You will fall to me, rat! I hate this sword because it can't hit them. Another guy that survives at 1 HP. Look at this guy's HP. Look at this guy's HP. Bullshit! Ass over here. You can't live like that all the time. It's ridiculous. It's so unlikely, yet it always happens to me. 72, partly cloudy and low humidity. God, I feel like that's one of the only places in the world right now that feels like that. I miss your voice acting series. Did I do a voice? What was my voice acting? Oh, like fully voice acted. Oh, like the roleplay thing? Like the Fallout New Vegas, like fully roleplayed series? Yeah, I was considering bringing something like that back because I'm a hell of a lot better now than I was. Like, when I did that before, I had an idea of what voice acting was, but I didn't know, like, how to do it outside of just having a good voice. So I was thinking about bringing something like that back because, you know, I've got a little more experience now, obviously, and it would be fun to fully do it. It's just tricky because it's like when you're fully... I'm getting a call. Let me just make sure it's not an emergency. Okay, it was just some insurance thing. It was important, but yeah, not crazy. You had to get the F out of there, urgency. Like I said, I was definitely not a saint. I mean, you know, if I ever talked to Matt again, there would be no hard feelings because it was just a toxic situation all around between all three of us. Not like insane over the top or anything like that, but just like, I don't know. It was never going to last long. Any of us living together. At first, I think I was pretty neutral, and it was between them two. They started fighting each other. Not physically, but like getting in fights all the time. And then it became me and Matt after that once the other guy moved out. So, yeah, it's I was not innocent in it. I mean, I was being a controlling asshole at points for sure. But, yeah, it's... It was weird. I wanted to move, and I remember him specifically making it difficult for me to, like, move out with the roommate release form and all that stuff. A marijuana bomb has gone off in the apartment, and I can taste it in my mouth. With what you've learned and practiced, what would you do with Grogon's voice? Oh, that's a good question. I really did like Grogon's voice. I don't even know if I would really change it. Because I'm trying to remember what it was like. It was like, I'm Grogon. I'm Grogon. Definitely add more, like, texture to it. I'm trying to remember what he sounded like. I'm an orc. I kind of tried to do the, like, mouthful of marbles thing, right? It's me, Grogon. It's me, Grogon. Yeah, see, that already sounds better. That's more textured, you know? It's got more oomph to it. What did you say to me? What did you say to me? What did you say to me? You won't get away with that. You won't get away with that. Maybe a little bit of like, I don't know. What's his face? Christian Bale's Batman or something. Yeah, just like a little more full-bodied. A little more... Using everything kind of right here. Not just in the mouth. If that makes sense. Oh, we do that all the time, Spirit. Oh, yeah, we do that exact same thing. Hello! Hi! Well, Cindy and I will literally just, like, all day just like, my son died today. Oh, sorry. Shit like that. All right, yep, this boss fight. This one's annoying. It's another, like, super highly aggressive, hard to avoid boss, which is always annoying. Okay, turns around, immediate charge. Slam down, that's delayed. Okay. So you want to stay behind him, and then when he turns around, you want to meet... I see the trick to this guy already. Yeah, you want to stay behind him, and then when he turns around, immediately... Whoop! Stay behind him. When he turns around, immediately roll, because he's going to charge you instantly. That's going to be the tip for this guy. Spam the shoulders if he grabs you. You freaking rune bear, you are so aggressive. What's got you mad today? You can be a nice boy, you don't have to be a mean boy. That is what I have to say. Stop slamming around, rune bear. Stop slamming around. Just take a second now and think about your surroundings. Why don't you be nice, rune bear? Whoa! God, talk about a bear hug. If he gets away, okay, so the tip is you want to stay next to him for sure, because if you get too far away, he'll just charge you. Do as much up close and personal damage as possible. He'll do this big delayed slam, roll that at the last second. And then if you're behind him like this, he's going to turn around, he's going to meet... Oh, he didn't do it that time. Yeah, this is the type of boss where it's like, no matter what he does, he hits you. It's really annoying. Okay, let's not kill him, though. I want to grab those items over there. It's Trina's Lily. Okay, so we're behind him and he turns around. He's not doing it, though. But if we just keep attacking him like this, he's going to turn around and then charge immediately, but he's not doing it. There it is. And then super delayed slam. Yeah, he's not doing it. He was doing it, but now he ain't turning around and charging. So basically just constantly stay around him like this. Roll at the last second for the big delayed slam. Yeah, the charge is really what's the killer here, as usual with FromSoft bosses. That's the grab. If he does grab you, slam the shoulder buttons. Roll that last second. Freaky charge, man. Otherwise, just stay behind him like this. Whittle him down. God, it's that stupid charge. I don't know what it is with From Software games designing bosses to just do an immediate charge that's like impossible to dodge. It's so annoying. You made a series when you were getting into voice acting. Oh, that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I ended up stopping that series because I think it just came off as too amateur to me. Like, I didn't... Some people I was working with were finding my YouTube channels like, I don't want there to be this overlap where I'm like, you know, on one hand, trying to do voice acting, and then on the other hand, like, oh, look at me, like SpongeBob. I'm trying to be a voice actor. And I was like, that's cool, but I just didn't want, like, there to be overlap between clients and people I'm working with, stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I think I stopped it. I did like the idea of it, and I did want to keep that up, but like I said, people started finding, there's been a lot of people that have like found the YouTube channels from the voice acting stuff, and I'm like, I really prefer them to be separate, just because I don't want, you know, anything. I don't want like any opportunities or anything like that tied to this YouTube channel. A lot of people go, oh, you have this YouTube channel. Obviously, this YouTube channel is nothing like it was in the old days, but you know, it's still like, wow, you have almost 300,000 subscribers. And then there's like a weird thing where it's like, oh, I could promote their stuff and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Point is, I just didn't want there to be overlap. And that started happening, and yeah, that's why. Boop, boop, doop, boop, doop, boop. Growing weed. Yeah, he was growing weed in the apartment. And I've just always hated weed. I've just hated it. I hate people. I don't hate people, but like I hate it when people spend all their money on it. And yeah, it was a point of contention. Hey, he's pretty good. I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. Do all that with my husband. He's not a gamer. Yeah, Cindy usually watches me play stuff. We don't typically play a lot of stuff together, but she will watch me play certain games. Have you ever sang for any of your voice acting gigs? Yes, I have sang. I'm not a good singer, but there's been multiple gigs where I have had to sing, and luckily they were just like, you don't have to be good, you just have to, you know, it requires sing. One time was like a drunken pirate type guy, so it was like singing like a shanty drunk. I love that project. That was so much fun. Anything with pirates, it's my jam. I can do it. What's up, Roger? Welcome in. Very respectable. Naruto is a woman? Wait, what? Oh, woman voice actor? Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time. Like, Ash was a woman. Timmy Turner. I mean, Tara Strong voices, like, literally every single role that ever has existed. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there'll be overlap at some point. If people find it naturally, I don't mind. It's not like I'm trying to, like, you know, desperately keep them separate or anything like that. It's like, I just prefer them to be separate. If people on one side or the other find or stumble upon it, that's fine. And there's certain stuff that I will absolutely share just because I'm going to be so proud. There's one thing right now, and I'm waiting for it to, like, see where it lands. It should be on, like, IMDb. Holy fucking shit. Yo, Jot, why did that not... Oh my god, I had it muted. No, I just saw that... You better let me replay that alert. I had it muted. What is... The OBS program that I have, it's OBS, but I'm saying it's got like a multi-stream thing. It's so annoying when I try to replay a thing because it doesn't want to trigger it. That's through YouTube. Replay activity. Just replay it. And then it just won't do it. It'll say that it's replaying it, and then it won't. It's so frustrating. As soon as I remembered I had this alert paused, I was like, oh no, it's going to eat it, isn't it? There's got to be a way to replay it, though. No, do not send it again. Do not send it again. It's there. Okay, yeah, basically Josh TG9UV just donated 100 freaking smackaroonies. There's got to be a way. Like, obviously nobody likes seeing technical difficulty type stuff. But, like, it says replay it, and then you'll click it, and it just won't. It'll just basically lie to you. I wonder, what if I go to a different tab like this, and then maybe this? Why do you lie to me? You say that you'll do it, and then you don't. But there has to be a way. In the old days, there was an easy way to do it, to, like, replay it. There's got to be a way. What if I click this? What if I click this? What if I click this? It's so annoying because it says there's, like, it's replayed it 4 times. It's like one of my favorite alerts, too. That's what's so frustrating. It's, like, always the really fun ones. Give me a second. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. I can manually just do it. God, there it is. Yo, what's up, Josh? No worries. Yeah, the VODs will be up there, either on this channel and on the live tab, but also on the GV Stream archive and guides. It'll be there too. You can watch the VODs. I'm going to download them all from Twitch. Going to edit them. Twitch makes it easy to download the VODs, then edit them to cut off the beginning and the end, and then upload those. So they'll be up there if you do want to watch them. I'm trying to just figure out how to replay this freaking alert. There's gotta be a way. Maybe if I, like, wait time? Yeah, maybe if time just goes by. Time after time. What if I do, like, this one from Puchiha? Yeah, it just lies. It says replayed, and it doesn't replay it. Frustrating. Time after time. If you fall, I will get you. I'll be waiting. All right, well, that's a hype one, and I'm gonna play it manually just because I love when this happens. Thank you so much, Josh, for that insane donation. Holy freaking crap, Lois. Listen, I sing so well now. I can't do it when I'm live because I get too much into my head and then I don't sing well, which obviously is an excuse and it's bullshit. But I do sing a lot better now. So gosh dang it, when something like this happens, it's like I want it to trigger. It's really annoying that it doesn't. So I'm going to trigger it just through the Streamlabs website and just pretend that it says Josh donated it. And then that's what's going to happen, all right? So just got to find it here, and then there, and then Actually, it would have done the $50 one because it was 99. But yeah, I think that's how YouTube works. Is like it always does the dollar beneath. So I have to change YouTube's alerts to be like $1 less because they're kind of different. Anyways, pretend that this happened. Ready? Here we go. Man.
This is a test super chat message.
That was like just right at him. It's like right. It's just like right out of my range in that middle part. It's just kind of. It's like the equilibrium. It's like right here. It's like it just goes off kilter just a little bit, but it's so close. Yeah. Do 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 do. Thanks so much, Josh, for the $99.99 super chat. Let me just make sure that things on this end are fixed. I think that happened because we paused alerts before. Yo, and Roman with the 30 clutch jewels. Thank you, Roman. Yeah, I think it happened because we paused the alerts before, and I don't know, on this multi-streaming software, it just like messes everything up, basically. It's really weird. Anyways, thanks so much, Josh. Yeah! Boo-doo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo. All right, let's catch up with the chat, and then we'll try to guide this rune bear. Do 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 do. Wow 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 wow. Yeah, unfortunate. Work is my home away from home. It's kind of like the gym for me. I love it's like a little ritual. Do 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 do. What's up, Boot? Convert the $100 into jewels. It sounds like a new cryptocurrency. Yo, Connor, with a 20 party hat jewels. Connor coming in with a 20 party hat jewels. My roommate brought a dog for a couple of weeks. So annoying. The apartment was too small. Told him to get rid of it, and he lost it somewhere in the woods. What? Oh, God. Just drop. I'm hoping that's like a joke that's not dawning on me at the moment. Just drop it off at the Humane Society or something. Well, I guess they kill the dog. I don't know. Do something good with it. Better than losing it in the woods where it's going to die to wolves or something. Do 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 do. Wow 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 wow. Man, have you got? I don't know if I should even bring that up. The guy that sang the Pokemon theme song originally, Jason Page. There was like a whole controversy with him and like yeah, I'm not going to get into it. If you're curious, just look up Jason Page, the creator of the Pokemon theme song. He's an interesting guy. Interesting guy. Eat your heart out, Aretha Franklin. R-E-S-P-C-T. Got real drunk, took some PCP. Yeah, I was hoping, like I said, that was like a joke that I wasn't understanding or like a reference or something, because you shouldn't just drop a dog in the woods. All right, let's guide the rune bear, folks. Pretty standard here. Might take a couple of attempts, though. Let's give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, clap. Hey, it's me, Javid. Welcome to another guide for Elden Ring. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the rune bear who is at the core of the Earth Boar Cave. This is a boss that is hyper-aggressive. It's basically just a standard rune bear boss, except there's a standard rune bear enemy that is just out in the normal, world, but now he's a boss. So really annoying enemy, and this is why you get transported to one with the, I think it's the Patches transporter chest thing. because, yeah, they just are so aggressive and don't stop, and it's really annoying. It's hard to even strategize because they're just always moving and always attacking. Best thing that I can say here is try to stay directly under him or to the side and back or directly behind, keeping in mind he will immediately turn around and charge at you. It's kind of like the Osiris in Dark Souls 3 boss, where if that charge comes out, there's not much you can do. You can react to it if you're fast enough, but it's so hard because he'll kind of tilt his head down and then immediately zoom, and he'll just deal a lot of damage to you. Other than that, just stay aggressive and try to deal as much damage as humanly possible, because it would be great to get a stagger, but he's so aggressive, so agile. Yeah, you just want to stay kind of behind him. He has a lot of very big delayed kind of slams as well, so don't freak out and dodge at the last second. Let's give it a shot. And this is the type of boss that I'm going to hit my weapon art for to give me some stats, just because I do find this boss total BS, just because it is so unbelievably aggressive. Now, every time he turns around, I am looking at his face to see if he's going to do the charge. Basically looking to see if he's going to tilt his face down and yeah, immediately charge at me. And I should not have gone aggressive there. I immediately got punished. Let's reset here. I'm going to drink my flask. There's the charge right there. But I drank the flask, so I was able to tank a bit of it. So again, we're basically trying to just get directly under him. But as you can see, the camera also goes nuts. There's the charge right there. That's really what makes this guy such a pain, is that if you commit to certain attacks, right here, wait to the last possible second. I bungled it. Oh my god, rough start here. Let's back up a little bit and heal and reset the fight. So yeah, anytime that he puts his head down, tilts his head down, he is going to charge at you and it is going to be immediate. Now, when he does this, roll at the last second. It is much more delayed than you would think. So do not panic roll. Just take a breath and wait to roll. You don't want to panic roll. That's going to be what gets you killed. Now, I'm watching his head. It's just so fast, as you can see. He's just going to constantly lunge at you if you are too far away from him, so you kind of want to be closer anyways. We're going to roll last second here, jumping R2. And I'm basically just constantly watching him. Anytime he gets away from you, he's very likely to charge at you. I'm going to basically reposition here. I'm just always watching his head, just making sure that I'm staying directly under him, and roll. You see, I waited to the last second there, and we're getting him down here. It's going well, but he's still going to be super aggressive. I'm going to wait for him to reposition. Piece of crap. That charge, man. Look at him. He's got... okay, so if you get grabbed, spam the shoulder buttons, just like this. You can see we really didn't take all that much damage. So that wasn't that bad. I'm going to roll into this. I'm going to do a running, jumping R2. And down goes the Rune Bear. I would have definitely liked that to be a lot cleaner, but... yeah, with this type of fight, it's just so frustrating because he's just so unpredictable and aggressive all of the time. So as you can tell, like I said, the big thing is that he'll tilt his head down and immediately charge you. You got to be ready to roll into that. Otherwise, what a lot of people do that kills you is they stay too far away from him because you're so intimidated, and that causes him to constantly lunge at you and get you in a really bad cycle. So as you can see there, you really want to just stay as close to him as possible, constantly rotate around him. He'll either charge up and do a slam or charge up and do a grab. If he grabs you, spam the shoulder buttons as much as possible. You can see, like I said, we didn't take much damage there, but also roll at the last second for both of those. Do not panic roll. Just wait. It's so much more delayed than you would think. Roll into him, deal some damage, rinse and repeat. I hate this boss. I hate bosses like this just because, again, they're so unpredictable and so constantly aggressive. But there's the Rune Bear. Hope this guide helped. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Whew. Barrel, 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 gotta catch him, our courage will pull us through. You teach me, I teach you. Okay, like I said, that could have been cleaner, but those damn aggressive bosses. What you gonna do? What's the matter with the car I'm driving? What's up, Kodami? Welcome in. Moved out and got a house which later burned down? Oh my god. Welcome in, Mr. Kodami. They almost burned the apartment once, too. Absurd amount of money for an item signatured by a famous figure, even if it came from my favorite actors, voice actors, or singers. I'm probably just stingy, though. Wait, what was that in reference to? Did I miss something? Left the iron on the dresser and it caught fire. The worst roommates ever. Yeah, man. I don't know. I was independent as fast as humanly possible because, yeah, living with roommates. And that was around the time my YouTube stuff was taking off, so luckily I was very #blessed and able to, you know, move into my own apartment, which even at the time was pretty expensive. Now it would probably be even $1,000 more. But I don't know. Cindy is probably the only person in my entire life I've ever been able to, Oh, you're talking about Jason Page. Yeah. I understand now. Josh. Cindy's really the only person I've ever been able to live with that we actually get along. Like, it's very hard. It's much harder than you would think to do that. Unless you're just a really passive person. Went on my break at work and picked up my engagement ring. Yo, GG. Would definitely like to see a picture eventually, if it's not too personal, of course. The wifey bought herself a Switch 2, so now I can play Pokopia. Oh, shit. You're going to love it, dude. You're going to absolutely love it. I hope you didn't look up enough content for it, because it truly was a surprising joy. I'm really, really, really surprised at how good that game was, because it really did not need to be that good. Is Demi-Human Queen not a boss? Wait a second. What's the matter with the boo? An unnamed queen. Yeah, because I didn't guide the Demi-Human Queen, but that's because I think she didn't have a name. Like, she didn't have a health bar. So hopefully that's the case. Dude, Cemetery Shade? Wait, what is that? Imp Statue, Tombsword Catacomb. Oh. And then that's the Erdtree avatar. Okay, so where's Tombsword Catacomb entrance? Still rock and roll to me. I wonder if it'll replay it now. Here, let's try it. Replay, go. I just hate that it lies to me. I hate that it'll say, like, oh, yeah, you can replay it, and they just won't do it. And it shows up on my list. Replayed ×5. Doesn't replay it. Freaking bullshit. All right. Let's go to Tombsword. No boss arena. But, I mean, it doesn't have... Because I'm basically guiding anything that has a health bar, and I've already killed that thing off camera. And I don't believe it had a health bar. Even though there are Demi-Human Queens that do have health bars. So I think that one hopefully does not. Altus near Cosmic. Yes, I remember that one. I definitely remember that one. Okay, so is that the correct one? Yeah. Let's go. This was a tomb that I missed for 1,000 years. I had no idea it even existed. It's just like very tucked away, if I remember correctly. And the question is, where even is it? Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, it's like super duper just tucked away in the armpit of this rock. G to the mother frickin' V. I'm not gonna say the F word. Even though I used to. I used to all the time back in the day, but now it just feels bad. I don't know. I'm older. It just feels bad to say. The full-on F. Godric Knight Helm. Where did I get that? That's much cooler than what I have. Where did I get this? Oh, hell yeah. Looks kind of weird, though. You know, it looks like the, what are they called? The sentries in Dark Souls 2. That's another game I want to guide. That game is really, really bizarre. But yeah, it looks like those tall robotic sentry dudes. Okay, so is this 1 or 2? This is 1, so let's use that. Nomadic warrior cookbook. Now the skeletons, if you don't know, you gotta hit them twice. Where their little, you know, thingamajig is. Little soul. Or else they won't fully die. One of the friends I was in the Navy Reserves with had the cops called to his house waving a gun outside and got shot by the police. After drinking and about to go on deployment. That just doesn't sound all that clever. I mean, call me a counterculture guy, but waving a gun outside when police are around is liable to get you shot in my neck of the woods, at least. Oh yeah, I got a lantern now. Let's pop the lantern. Sir? Still rock and roll to me. Excuse me. Oh yeah, so I guess we should talk about like current events and all that stuff for anybody watching that does not know what the current scenario is. Basically, a lot of people have been wanting KOTOR 2, so I said, you know what, I'm going to try a month-long schedule, you know, ideally a month long, but just however long it takes to beat KOTOR 2. So yeah, we currently do have a schedule, and it's the first time we've had an actual schedule that I'm going to stick to, and it's not just like up in the air, you know, like, oh, well, we could go live at this time. No, we currently have a schedule, first time in forever. It is the same schedule that it usually is, because that's usually what works out best for me, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern starting time. I am now on Eastern time. I am no longer on Mountain time. Thus, 2 p.m. Eastern time is when we will be starting the streams. And currently, it is KOTOR 2 that we will be playing as the main game. However, the reason we're playing Elden Ring... Oh my god. Greyjoy's being the cutest cat that ever lived. But give me 1 second, Greyjoy, and I'll show everybody you. Just gotta make sure I don't die here. Ba-da-ba-ba. Greyjoy wants me to show him to you guys really bad, so I guess I'll oblige. Here's the boy. He's back in the house. They've been, like, incredibly sweet because I think they can tell they've been around my family for so long now. They've actually missed us. So he's been literally just rubbing up on me down there twice now this stream. But anyways, yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is when the current streams are. KOTOR 2 is the current game. However, Fridays, I was, you know, trying to see if Fiesta Fridays would be a good idea to bring back, where basically we play a new random thing that we're just, you know, not playing throughout the week, which is currently KOTOR 2. So point is, if you want to see KOTOR 2, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, yeah, Monday and Wednesday, and then, you know, we could do it Friday too. It just depends on how today's Fiesta Fridays go, whether or not that's a good idea or not. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel or followed the Twitch channel or followed the TikTok channel, now would be a good time to do it, because obviously that's where we'll be going live, multi-streaming. So check it out if you would like. But yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday until KOTOR 2 is defeated. And then after that, we'll just kind of see, like, hey, is streaming consistently a good idea? I don't want to, you know, take voice acting momentum and then just become a streamer again if it's not smart to do that. So it'll just kind of depend on how that time goes and, like, reflecting back on it and, like, hey, okay, can I fit this in and blah, blah, blah. So we'll go from there once KOTOR 2 is defeated, basically. Is what it is. But yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be here on YouTube, on Twitch, and on TikTok. So come check it out if you so wish. Okay, there's one more like path back this way, I think. Or was it just this? Could have swore there was a path, right? Or maybe not. Okay. That's fine. That's all good. Yeah, you'll have to let me know how the Star Fox game is. I skipped it just because I haven't played the OG, and as far as I know, it's like a really short game, and I just didn't want to spend like 60 or 70 or 80, whatever it is now, on a really short game. But I am woefully... The only Star Fox game I've ever played was like on the 3DS. And I forget which one it is. It might have even been a remake of what just came out, because I know that's being memed on for getting remade a whole bunch of times. But it was really good. I freaking loved it. I don't know what it was. You pick your path, which I guess is a Star Fox thing. Right? But I loved it. Anyways, let me know how it is, because I do want to play it. Nope. I have never played Star Fox. The only Star Fox I've ever played was it was either a DS or a 3DS one, and I feel like it was a remake. Maybe. Oh, shit! Okay. That's really an asshole move to make it go the other way, too. Which is not how the previous ones worked. How's Mario Kart World? I have not played Mario Kart World. I kind of heard... When it came out, I heard really good things about it, and then after that, I kind of heard mixed things about it. So, I don't know. Kind of feels like the type of game that got a lot of hype early, and then the hype kind of died, and then people kind of reversed their opinions on it a bit. DK Donkey Kong. I still have not played DK64 either. That would be something else that would be fun to play at some point on stream. Okay, let's keep going this way. There's got to be something that's going to bamboozle me, because it's been too quiet for too long. Oh my god, I actually got bamboozled. Definitely want to play GTA 6. Yes, I don't know what we're going to do with it. If I'm still streaming at the time that it comes out, that would probably be the best thing to do, would be to stream it. But I definitely think I'll play it. I have an $80 price tag without having a disc. Ugh. But I think what I'll do is, like, when it comes out, I'll see if, you know, everyone's saying, oh, God, it's amazing. It's another masterpiece from Rockstar. At which point, I guess I'll just eat the bad news about the price and the no disc, and I'll just play it. But we might stream it. We'll see. Have you seen House of the Dragon? I love Season 1. Got a little worried with Season 2, and I'm back to enjoying Season 3 so far. It's funny that you say that, Josh, because that's literally almost my exact same opinions on the show. Yeah, I've seen every episode thus far. A new episode coming out this Sunday, right? Yeah, your opinions are pretty much exactly how I feel about it. Loved Season 1. Loved everything about it. Was kind of like, wow, we're back to having quality Game of Thrones media. Can't believe it. And then Season 2 I liked, and then upon looking up the discussion, I realized people were kind of upset about not a lot happening, and then that definitely like changed my mind a bit, which I know it's like getting influenced by others' opinions, I know, but you know, I thought about it and I was like, yeah, not a lot got accomplished. It was kind of like a lot of build up, and then Season 3 already has been much more, yeah, on the line with what I was looking for. So yep, I enjoy it quite a bit. Season 3 definitely seems to be back up to par. Hold on. Jump up on here. You little piece of literal shit. I was relying on this thing going back up because it did last time I jumped. Okay, go back up because I want them to burn. My plan has worked. Fools! God, 4 years ago already. Go look for his childhood home in GTA 6. Unfortunately, did not live in Miami. Or the fictional Vice City. I'm assuming I've been to Miami. Not a lot, really, but we went to the Keys and stuff when I was a kid. So I mean, like, I'm assuming we've like passed through it. But I don't really have much memories at all of Miami specifically. Red MRP servers? Wait, there's RP for Red Dead? I knew there, like, obviously the GTA stuff was big. I didn't realize there was Red Dead roleplay. That's interesting. Right. Was that confirmed that they shifted that all around? Yeah. I mean, it definitely seems that way, but I wasn't sure if that was confirmed or not, because that's very weird. I mean, they obviously, like, switched it for a reason. But yeah, that's absolutely how it feels. It feels like they took away the big ending of Season 2 and saved it for the first episode of Season 3, which... I mean, whatever. I'm just glad it's like... You know, Season 2 was good. It's just, I think there was a lot of kind of... okay, I get it. Can we move on type stuff? You know, especially with... I always forget all their names. Because it's all some variant of Day blank. But Matt Smith's character, like, his Season 2 arc, just like, oh my god. It's like, I get it. Can we get to the next thing? Holy shit. Like, 6 episodes of that stuff. And I was really into it, too, at first. But it's like, it just kept going on like that. And it's weird, because, like, I don't think Season 2 is bad. But it's also like, yeah, can we get to, like, you know, some events? Damn. All right. Who do we got? It's gonna be Cemetery. Oh, this guy, yeah. Okay, it's been a while, Cemetery Shade. Alright, what do you do? I don't think you do much. Oh, you can summon a green orb. That's cool. Oh, he's got like a spider head, I just realized, because that was like a spider wrap. That's neat. Okay, scythe attacks. Scythe attacks. Thrust. Oh my god, we deal so much damage to this guy. Okay. What else you do, buddy? Show me what you got. Okay, slash, slash, crazy slash, slam. Thrust. Slash, 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 slash. Thrust. Slash, slash. Do the green orb attack. That's your epic orb move. Do your epic orb move. Slash, slash. Thrust. Do the epic orb move. It's your classic, man. How the hell did that actually hit me? Oh, even more slashes. Okay. Do the epic orb. Yes, yes. The epic orb. Okay, wow. That's really hard to dodge, actually. All right, so you spam it, then he gets close, and you can kind of break out of it even if you get hit by it. I'm curious what that does, though, if you do get grabbed by that. Slash. Thrust. That's some bullshit, man. Take my big slam! Slash, 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 spinning slash. Alright, I gotta get good at the green orb dodge. Do the green orb move. I would like to see the green orb move. Slash. Do the green orb move. Okay, so basically just stay away from him, get a jumping hit in. A whole bunch of crazy stuff. I gotta just see the green orb and time it. Give me that green orb. Oh, there it is. And roll. Yep, okay, there we go. But even if you get hit by it, doesn't really matter. Alright. Kill me. I require you to kill me now. Kill me! It is a necessity that you kill me, Cemetery Shade. Thank you. The war picked up on Season 2. I mean, it was build up, like, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, I guess I really thought, you know, we were building up to something interesting. Season 2 felt a bit like filler. And like I said, it wasn't bad. I mean, you know, the acting and writing and all that. Well, I guess people had an issue with the writing sometime. It was all quality. It was just that it felt kind of like Season 1.5 in my mind. Find a good RP server. It's legit. Yeah, that's really interesting to me because I like doing Western type voices. So that would be fun. A lot of people claim they weren't going to watch it because of Game of Thrones ending. They need to remember this show has a completely different showrunners. Yeah, which it needed too. The writers and showrunners would have to genuinely want to fail to make House of the Dragon a dumpster fire. Yeah, what's weird is I've seen that show get a lot of hate online, and sometimes when something gets a lot of hate, I can agree with it, because I'm like, yeah, this shit sucks, and whatever. House of the Dragon is one that I don't agree with at all. Like, Game of Thrones, when it was getting bad, I was definitely one of the haters, and I was definitely like, what's going on here? This is asinine. And totally agreed. But I see a lot of hate for, I don't know if it's just the stuff I read, but I see a lot of hate for House of the Dragon, and I totally disagree. Like I said, I think Season 2 is a bit meandering, but Season 1 and Season 3 were great, and definitely back on track. Not like the crazy big moments that happen in Game of Thrones, although there are some crazy big moments, which I'm not going to spoil. But point is, yeah, I mean, you can tell that what's crazy is it still feels like Game of Thrones, but obviously the showrunner, Ryan, whatever his name is, yeah, he just he righted the ship, at least in terms of the quality. Like, it felt, again, like a quality television show like Game of Thrones was in its heyday. So I'm surprised it gets some hate. Again, it might just be the internet bubble or whatever. I don't know how much actual hate it gets, but I think it's a really good show. The only thing I don't like is, again, just how meandering Season 2 was at points. If that makes sense. Spiderhead grabs and eats your face. Your first kiss? What was my first kiss? Oh my God, what was my first kiss? There's like two. I had a big crush on a girl named Caitlin, and I'm pretty sure it was with her. Yeah. That's a kind of a funny story. we could tell that if people are interested. I think I remember what it was way back in the day. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and guide this guy. This guy's like literally nothing. This guy is a joke of a boss. So let's guide him real quick. 1, 2, 3, clap. Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to another guide, ladies and gentlemen. This is for the boss in the Tombsword Catacombs. This is right near the Erd Tree in the Weeping Peninsula. This guy is one of the easiest bosses in the game. Again, I know when people, when I say something is easy, people hate on me for it. I'm not trying to sound cocky. I'm just saying that it's easy because there are much harder things in this game. Comparatively, this is an easier boss. It honestly has no business even being a boss. That's just my opinion. Anyways, all this guy does is literally like, 2 or 3 things. He'll appear close to you and try to stab you. That's kind of the main thing. He'll also shoot you with a big green orb on his head. And if he hits you, you will be stunned, at which point he will try to eat your face. He might do the green orb here. He does it when he's at a distance. Let's see. Otherwise, he's going to appear in front of me and then try to either thrust his little sickles or do a variety of slashes. And basically all we're doing is waiting for him to finish, and then we're going to hit him to deal damage to him. Sometimes you can hit him normally. By the way, that thrust attack has an insane reach. Like, I don't know if you saw there, but that thing should not have hit me. We're going to retaliate right there and hit him. Now, I want to show you the green orb attack because it's really the only kind of interesting thing this guy has. Right here. And roll. Oh, I mistimed it, but we still got lucky because he was at a range there. So if that hits you, you will be enwebbed. And just realize you want to spam your roll until you roll out of it, because he will basically try to approach you and grab you. So even if you do get hit by the green orb, don't freak out. Just keep rolling until you start to roll backwards, and don't let him grab you with his tendril. Now roll. See, I waited for the last second and then rolled. But even if I got hit, I wasn't going to freak out. I was just going to... okay, right here, I'm going to go for a hit. It's going to miss. Okay, let's watch for the end of his combo. He just kind of hit once there. Yeah, so like I said, even if you get hit with it, don't freak out. Just roll until you roll away. He will try to grab you with his little tendrils. And roll. Nice. But it's not a big deal, like I said. Okay, so here's going to do the whole combo. I'm going to run and jump. I kind of was too slow there. Yep. So we're going to get another shot here and run and jump. Bam. Huge damage, by the way. Okay. And then one more will do it. Like I said, this guy's not really anything. Even if you get hit by the big green orb, just roll out of it. It's no big deal. And otherwise, just don't stay too close from that thrust attack. Thrust attack does have insane range. And one more hit will do it. I'm going to give him one more chance. And let's go for it. Hi-ya! Okay. You can have one more shot at the green orb attack if you want to do the green orb attack. It is kind of cool, I'll be honest with you. Okay, thrust attack. I didn't say that. I didn't say the thrust attack. No. So yeah, kind of a joke. Again, I know people hate when I say that, but I'm just saying compared to all the other bosses, this guy has literally like 2 things that he does. So I hope you found that guide helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see ya in the next one. Bye! Yeah, ba-da-do. Stop recording. Okay. Then we go here, then here, then here, then here. Cemetery Shade. Alright. Yo, adios, Kez. Thanks for watching. That was a while ago.
Okay, that's why I was confused. It's like, that's not our house.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I thought it was. Yeah, it was a while. I've been sitting on it for a while. What's up, Ranger? Season 8 of Game of Thrones still pisses me off to this day. There's certain topics that come up in my streams that, like, we've just discussed so much. One of them is, yeah, Game of Thrones pissing me off. I think everybody knows my opinion on that at this point. What do you think of the government releasing UFO stuff? Yeah, I mean, they should. Has there been... It's one of those things where it's like, it sounds like a big deal, right? But the question is, has there been any major reveals yet? You know? It's like the Epstein stuff, not to get into all that, but I'm just saying, like... Well, yeah, I don't want to touch the Epstein stuff on this stream, but I'm just saying, like... Okay, a lot of information is getting released to the public. Great. What are the big... highlights, right? And what's real and what's not real and all that stuff. Because, yeah, I'm definitely interested in, you know, UFO stuff, of course. I'm not, like, a big believer myself. I do believe they probably exist and all that. I'm just saying, like, I would want to see, okay, what's real? I'm not going to pour through 80 billion thousand documents. So I want to know, but I want to know what has been the big stuff that is, like, legitimate. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I mean, obviously they should. The public has the right to know anything that we should know. Oh, story time for the first kiss. Okay, as I remember it, it's kind of a funny story. Basically, so this was in Florida. I had a best friend named Kyle, and my mom was a single mom working full-time to support us, so I would always be at, like, after school with... Kyle's mom would watch us. Okay. And then basically they moved. So like she would watch us. She had like a daycare sort of business thing. She would watch us. And then they all moved to a different house. There's so many stories with this family, by the way. And I don't want to put their personal shit out there, but there's at least 3 or 4 things I remember about this time period. Anyways. They moved to a different house, so we were like, she would like watch us, but we were kind of like old enough where we could just be there. I remember it was like these beautiful hardwood floors and the house was empty because they just moved there. And I had a massive crush on a girl named Caitlin. In fact, in my life, I've had like a massive crush on at least 3 girls named Caitlin. There was like a thing about Caitlins. It was kind of weird when I was younger. Anyways, yeah, so basically some prime memories were forged during that time. Like, we had a GameCube set up on the hardwood floor in this barren house. No adults were there. It was just like us older kids, probably like 4th or 5th grade or so. And I just remember, man, we set up the GameCube. That's when I fell in love with Pikmin. Massive childhood memory for me playing Pikmin on that like GameCube in the, you know, barren house. Resident Evil 0, and I was a massive pussy at the time, so it scared the ever-loving shit out of me. I remember like playing it with all these people, and like the intro cutscene with the leeches and all that was coming on, and we were just screaming, shrieking, which is really funny in retrospect. So Yeah, basically it was during that time. I just remember like the house was empty all the time because I think the adults were like, I don't know, getting stuff ready for the house, or I think the dad was like at work and then the mom was like getting stuff for the house. So a lot of the time it was just like they're alone. Which in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, she probably should have been watching us. Anyways, yeah, a girl in the neighborhood, Caitlin, me and my friend Kyle both had huge crushes on, and it was kind of that weird thing. I don't know if anyone's ever experienced this, where it's like, you know, we both like you. You have to choose one of us, sort of thing, right? So then, yeah, it was just a weird thing where like she wanted to go into the closet to do the 7 second, whatever it was called, heaven. What was it called? 7 seconds in heaven, whatever it was. What was that called? 7th heaven, when I see your smiling faces and the love inside of me. 10 seconds, whatever it was. 7 minutes. There it is. I'm like trying to remember what the time was. So anyways, she was a girl that even at that age, you could tell really liked attention and stuff like that. So she wanted to practice the 7 minutes in heaven thing in the like barren closet. And I just remember at the time, like no adults were ever there to like watch us, which in retrospect, I'm like, man, that probably like my mom was paying her to watch us. And like, I feel like she was not there a lot of the time. So anyways, all that boils down to that was my first kiss. And I remember I'm such a loser because even at the time she was like, oh, I want to practice French kissing. And I was such an innocent, pure-hearted little boy that I was like, that's too fast for me. I don't want to do that. And I'm like, I look back at that time and I'm like, you had a crush on her. You dummy. But it is what it was. It is what it is. So anyways, that was the first kiss. 7th heaven, when I see your smiling face and love inside of me. Don't remember my first kiss. Yeah, I can't remember. It was definitely with that girl. I cannot remember, though. There was like 3 different times. We were together for a while, and then when we broke up, I remember she said, like, oh, do you want to kiss? And I was like, what? We're breaking up. And she was like, yeah, but we're not going to be able to do it again. So I can't, I don't know. There's a lot of memories with that girl specifically. I'm 99.9% sure it was with her. I just don't remember, like, what specific time, basically. 6th grade with my first official girlfriend. Her lips were very dry and chapped. Same, Spirit. I was very self-conscious for, like, a long time. And still am, of course, on some level. 7th heaven. Daughters should not be unsupervised. Yeah, I look back on that time. I don't know how deep I want to go here, but yeah, I probably don't want to. It's been a while since I've streamed. I'm like remembering. I got to remember like what I should and should not say on stream. Anyways, childhood memories. Guy laser gun as an arm? You're not talking about like Contra, right? Guy laser gun. Good job sticking to your boundaries. Yeah. Not ready for all that. Yeah, I won't be either. I really want like a girl as our first kid. But I also know what men are like, so I know once like she gets to that age, that's really gonna suck. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm sure dads everywhere figure it out. The guy has a laser gun as an arm? I'm not sure. Self-conscious now? No, not really. No, I've learned a lot over my years. Girlfriends before, but I put kissing on a pedestal. I put kissing on a pedestal. A whole new world. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling, I don't know. I feel like being a girl dad, it's the calling to me. Now, if we have a boy, I'm not going to be disappointed or anything like that. I just think, like, if I had to be honest here, if I had to be like, you know, where do I feel a calling? It would be as a girl dad. It just feels right, you know? But ideally, yeah, one of each. I mean, ultimately, that's what I would want. I think that's what we both want is, a boy and a girl. I mean, I would love to have 3, 4 kids total. I think right now, very difficult given the current economy to support that. Even if I was making oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles of dollars, you know, I think it still would be very challenging. But, yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling, you know? So, okay, so I missed... What does that say? Oh, Rune Bear. Yeah, we killed that. Killed the scaly misbegotten there. Now there's two sites of grace, which I somehow missed. One is here, and then one is there. I'm surprised we missed both of those. Seventh heaven, when I see your smiling face, love inside of me. Seventh heaven. Okay, 1 second. Let me do this. Do ba do 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 do. A do 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 do. All right, let's go find the sites of grace. Metro Man? It's a what? It's a Game Boy game? Like Game Boy original? Like what platform is it on? Kissing on a pedestal sounds hot. Yeah, sounds Greek. Sounds like Athena. Cause I got in a fight and I didn't lose. Bro, I have a boy and a girl, and they're a long way from that, but I'm not ready, and I don't know if I will be. Their mom is already getting upset about little girls holding hands and hugging my son. That's very wholesome, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. Like, boys, you know, I wouldn't be as worried. You obviously still have to watch it. Okay. What the hell? Boys, you still got to watch them, obviously, but... I think, like, if we have a girl, it's just going to be a thing of, like, I'm a guy, so I know how guys can be and all that, and, you know, everybody knows, blah, blah, blah. And the whole dad with a shotgun thing. And I'm just like, yeah, you got to kind of, you know, you got to protect your kid knowing what the world is like. But then you also, you know, of course, can't be too protective. You don't want to push them away by being a helicopter parent, all that. So... I don't know. It's tricky. Tricky, right? Like, where do you find the line? Yada, yada, yada. But I'm more worried about that with a girl than I am with a boy. Like, boys... Yeah, I'm just not as worried about that sort of stuff, obviously. Having a girl, I would be far more protective, I think. But I think that's just kind of natural for most parents, probably. And so... How do I get... Okay, I think we have to go to that from above. Yeah, we have to come from, like, the village, I think. How the hell did I get up there? I think from the Erd Tree? Where's this? I guess from here. Well, no, we're next to the bridge, right? How did I get to this village? I guess I came from just this way. Ba ma 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 ma. Just feel like it'll be a boy this time. Well, best of luck if that's what you're shooting for. I just hope my kids are gay so I don't have to worry about teen pregnancies. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. There you go. How do you get up to this level? I'm trying to remember. Oh, just this way. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, well, I heard you want to take my daughter out, huh? Well, I got a thing or two to say about that now, don't I? My daughter has a boyfriend. I hate it. He's a sweet boy, but... Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, too, is like... You know, I don't know. I think it's tough to have a kid and for anybody to be, you know, like, deserving of your little girl, right? That's what I imagine it'll be like, is like, even if she finds the best boyfriend in the entire world that's just going to treat her oh so well and all that, it's like, they're probably still not going to be good enough in my eyes. I feel like that's just a dad thing. But what do I know? I don't have kids, but that's just what I imagine. Aha, there it is. Chase him with your shotgun. What is... I'm getting like spam risk calls. I'll probably have a revolver at that point. I've always wanted a revolver, and I still have not bought one for like moving purposes. But yeah, I do want a revolver for home defense. So it probably won't be a shotgun, even though shotguns are good for home defense as far as I've heard. It'll probably be a big iron on my hip. A big iron on my hip. Which reminds me, I still haven't watched season 2 of the Fallout show. Oh my god. Oh my god. I kind of keep forgetting about it. I need to catch up. Now that I have HBO again. Maybe. Maybe. Wait, is this both? Oh, that's right. I remember they're kind of like weirdly offset sometimes. Okay, so that's everything down there. Now, did we miss anything on the western side? Yes, there is a cave, it looks like, maybe right here. So let's go find said cave. Who says I haven't already? Haven't what? They don't allow teens to adopt. I'm very glad they don't. I don't think that would be smart for our world, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I was wondering if you were talking about Mega Man, but Mega Man is like so known. I thought it was like more of an obscure thing, you know? Because there are a lot of really weird, obscure like Game Boy games and stuff I've played back in the day where you didn't really have the internet to like search up everything. But I was wondering if you talked about Mega Man, because he's got the gun hand, obviously. Which I have not played a lot of Mega Man, honestly, but one of my favorite games ever is Mega Man 2. Playing it on the NES constantly as a kid, dying over and over and over again. Okay, so that's not even a cave. It's just a random site of grace. So what else do we have? So if we keep wrapping around, there's the tower over here. There's the isolated merchant up here. Oh, there is a cave over here. How the hell? And then that might be it for the Weeping Peninsula. Yep. I think that'll be it. But there is a boss, which is interesting, that we missed right there. And then we can be freed from this Weeping Peninsula. Still making my way through New Vegas, building up interest for Season 2 of the show. What build did you go with for, like, weapons and everything? I do maintain, like, everybody should always start with, small guns usually is good. In any Fallout game, you know. So where's the entrance to this cave? Ba 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 ba. Must be down here, I'm betting. Ba 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 ba. Baby, boo doo 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 doo. Ba 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 ba. Aha! Very out of the way. Very hidden in secret. I see, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Well, oh wait, yeah. Why did I say HBO? Yeah, I have Prime as well. I really only have Prime and HBO at this point. I don't really find value in other things at this point in time, except for Apple TV, which I do. Yeah, Apple TV has some good stuff. Anyways, yeah, I've got Prime, so I need to catch up with New Vegas, or with Fallout 2. With Fallout Season 2. Just haven't done it yet. I've caught up on all my other shows, though, so maybe now is finally the time. All right, I'm going to grab another beer, take another bathroom break. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya soon. Alright. Alright, let's catch up with the chat. And then we'll jump back in. Whew. There are quite a few Mega Men out there now, it's true. Quite a few of those Mega Men there. Went for a sneak gun sniper type build and did repair science lockpick, so I had access to most of the exploration checks. It's pretty much exactly how I play when I first play. Yep. So GV, when can I get you to start a new book? I got a series you will love. Well, you've piqued my interest, so let me know what it is. But I will say the one book I still need to read is the second Stormlight Archive book. I haven't read anything in 1,000 years, but that's the book that I still intend to read next when I actually sit down to read a book. Words of Radiance is what it's called, right? Which is also aligned with your interests. So just keep in mind, whatever you suggest will be combating against Words of Radiance. That is the next book that I will read. Oh, Dungeon Crawler Carl. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm wondering how I will like it, because I know a little bit about it, just a little bit. I know it's massively popular. I have seen a lot about it. Lit RPG definitely interests me as a genre. I'm wondering if it's gonna trigger my, oh, this thing is popular, so now I have to be cynical against it. Nature. That's what it's one of those things where I'm like wondering. I kind of get a feeling with that. But yeah, I know it's massively popular. I've heard a lot about it from you, but also just, you know, from a lot of other sources as well. I might give it a shot. How big? So is it just like they're different books? Is it like a book series? I know it's like an audiobook with that guy, Jeff Hayes, right? But like how, I'm assuming there's like a first book. So like how big is that first book? Lengthy, super quick. How are the beers treating you? I'm definitely feeling them. Absolutely. I tried to pick something that wasn't crazy. When I was reintroducing alcohol, I was sticking to like 8% type stuff, which was okay, but those were more 4-packs. This is 6%, but a 6-pack. I'm definitely feeling it more so than I thought on this second beer being consumed. So I'm trying to be careful here, because if I'm trying to guide stuff, I obviously don't want to get too distracted, of course. But I definitely feel it. Yeah, for sure. I can feel it taking hold. You like it more than Stormlight? First book is 450. Yeah, that's pretty long. Yeah, I thought it would have been shorter. Okay. Well, I think, yeah, I definitely want to read Words of Radiance. Anything that I spend money on, I like, you know, I want to make sure I actually use. I hate, in this day and age, being wasteful. Thus, I definitely want to finish Words of Radiance, or start it and finish it. But I have been curious with Dungeon Crawler Carl. Like I said, I know it's crazy popular. Everybody's loving it. How many books? 8 books already? It's like a I thought it was like a relatively new series. That seems like a lot of books to exist thus far. But yeah, did Dungeon Crawler Carl start lit RPG? Because now I hear that term everywhere. And I feel like it was Dungeon Crawler Carl. Well, I guess anime too, huh? Because anime did that a lot as well, like solo leveling and that sort of stuff. Although that's not literature, but you know what I mean. Like RPG media, which is an interesting marriage of two things. Ba, 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 ba. I think this is a boss right here that I don't even need to practice, honestly. Ba, 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 ba. Maybe. It's like a river of shit. didn't start it, but it definitely is the most popular ever. Brought it to the mainstream. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure, because that's definitely a new genre to me. Yeah, I'm sure Kodami can explain it better. As far as I understand, premises like this guy Carl... I think it's just like a bunch of aliens take over the planet and then basically force everybody to join like a fantasy RPG where they have to literally like level up and all that. But it's, you know, in the form of a book. So it's like an adventure story that marriages typical fantasy elements or sci-fi with like literally video game elements, which is quite interesting. Hi. I remember that video you sent me of Jeff Hayes. It was that woman reacting to Jeff Hayes' narration. And, yeah, it was just him giving, like, an overview. I guess talking to Princess... Or talking to somebody and just, like... This is the Bard class. I noticed, like, he's got a very, like... he gave Carl a very stilted way of speaking. You know, he's just like... You want to use a scythe for this. You want? It's kind of like the radio voice a little bit. It's kind of very punchy. It just has abrupt starts and stops. You have to take these pants for your next item. Make sure to take these pants. They give you good defense. That sort of thing. Ba 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 da do da do be be ba boo da da do da do ba 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 be ba da do ba do. Oh, so much poison. Oh, you love poisoning me, don't you? You love just giving me so much poison. Or as the French say, la poisson. Whee! Alright, like I said, I don't even think I need to practice this boss, but I also don't want to guide it just without... I mean, I've beat it before, but I don't remember what it's like. So let's go ahead and, we'll see what it can do, but I gotta make sure not to kill it here. Oh my god, no! It's the Miranda Blossom. Alright, so it goes up, it just does the lights. No big deal. Has a bunch of additionals as well. Slams down also. I know we can stagger it. Let's move over here and hit it again. There's the stagger, and then, yeah, you can press it right up there. Let's do a charged R2. You basically just don't stand in one spot. It's pretty much all you gotta do. What an epic boss. Alright. Let's chill out. Hang out. Okay. Nothing too crazy here. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, clap. Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to another guide for Elden Ring, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Tombsword Cave boss, the Miranda Blossom. You can see it's all the way kind of over here. Once you go through the tunnels, you kind of end up on the other side. Not that you can leave, but I'm just saying. Kind of takes you through the underground here. Honestly, one of the bosses that really do not even need to be guided. A reason I'm doing it is basically just because anything that's considered kind of a unique boss that's not some variant or copy of another, I want to just, you know, show you how to defeat it, just in case anyone's having trouble with it. So this whole entire dungeon is poison based, meaning if you have any sort of poison resistance, any sort of boluses that, you know, heal your status if you get poisoned, anything like that. You can go ahead and use those here. To be quite honest with you, poison in this game, you know, the base normal type of poison is not that big of a deal. So, do you need it? If you're having just like an absolute horrible time with it, sure. But I feel like, you know, most of the time it's not a big deal. Now, the Miranda Blossom is going to start with all of these little ads. So I definitely recommend taking down all the ads, like this little guy here. And obviously, if you can, do not stand in the poison. But yeah, so basically, it's just one of these flower enemies. They're not going to do much. They're going to do the light attack, where light will appear all throughout the arena and deal damage to you. If you stay in the light, all you have to do is kind of walk to the edge. You can see when it's coming out, you know, where it's going to be. Then, if you deal enough damage, you can also stagger the plant and deal some big damage like that. I'm going to weave in another R2. Unfortunately, just missed the timing. They're going to back up a little bit and heal. So, the only other thing that the Miranda Blossom does is it will slam down if you stay too long near a particular spot. So, just do hit and run attacks. Don't stand in one spot for too long, or it will basically slam down and hit you, which can catch you off guard. It's not a big deal, but something to keep in mind. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's got 3 attacks. It can poison the room where you'll get poisoned. It can do the light spread, but you can see it on the ground when it comes out. Just simply walk out of the range of it. You won't get hit. And then it will slam down if you're in one spot for too long. And that's basically it. There's not really anything left to talk about. So as you can see here, immediately just got out of the range. Not even going to get hit. I'm going to literally punch this flower to death with my fists. Again, not staying in one spot for too long because it's likely to slam down. Okay, I'm bored again. Gonna re-equip this. Jumping R2. Hi-ya! Down goes the Miranda Blossom. Again, another basic enemy. I guess you would say like medium enemy that they just plucked out of the base game and put in the cave and said, this is now a boss. So nothing too crazy here, but yeah. Hope you found this guide helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Okay. Athena. Cause I got in a fight and I didn't lose. GG, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. All right, I think that's the entirety of the Weeping Peninsula done. Kind of like a little bonus zone. I never really think of this place as like... You definitely don't like have to do it. I think I didn't go here for the longest time in my first playthrough because I didn't realize what it was. I wasn't spoiled as to what it was down here. But yeah, I think that's basically everything. Probably missed like an item or two maybe. But I did explore like all of it as far as I know. So, we did not do everything in Limgrave, however. I'm sure there's other stuff over in Limgrave. Limgrave's a little bit tougher to figure out. Lots and lots and lots of things here. Let's take a look at the map. What have we not done in Limgrave? Over here's branching out into Caelid. I did the majority of this. I remember it was the 4th of July. I did the majority of Stormvale Castle. So we could just go... Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's a pain in the ass boss here that I have not practiced. That is super annoying. I hate this boss. Is the Weeping Peninsula the first area? No. This is the first area, Limgrave. You kind of start the game right about here. I'm trying to think, was it... What's this? I think this is the belfry takes you over here. Yeah, you start the game right about here. The first step. I think that's literally the first site of grace. But this southern part here, like for me, I didn't realize it was kind of like it's a good place to do very early, either in tandem with Limgrave or before even, which I had no clue. So I didn't do this part until way later in the game, and then by that point, you're so strong. You know, if I would say the order, it's pretty much like Limgrave, then Weeping Peninsula, then up here to the top left, then I think over here. The red zone you do not want to do